Hey folks, I'm Chris and welcome to Inconvenient Skills channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Thanks to my subscribers, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Some of y'all in the blacksmithing community have noticed, some new weirdo participating in live stream chats and commenting on videos. So I figured I'd do an introduction to let you know I'm not some crazy serial axe murderer. It was just that one time, and an axe wasn't involved, so I can't claim that title. Crazy is a somewhat subjective term, so feel free to form your own opinions there. I'm in Northeast Arkansas, near where I was born and raised for the most part, but I did gypsy out for a lot of years, both through different jobs and just indulging my curiosity in general. I'm mostly a recluse, so doing things for myself is often the only option that I do allow myself, and many of those skills are rather inconvenient to acquire. Self-reliance is a requirement if you choose to live a lifestyle that is secluded or even just a more rural lifestyle. I'm not off-grid, and I don't want to be at this stage in my life. I'm not a homesteader or a doomsday prepper with stockpiles of this and that, and in case the S actually does HTF. But it is prudent to be prepared for more likely situations due to acts of nature, personal economic setbacks from unexpected stuff, that tend to disrupt day-to-day routines. When I do start creating some content for the channel, it will hopefully be geared around doing some of those things that I've learned work for me and my situation, and figuring out solutions to the different challenges. Now, a little more on my occupational background. I was a journeyman plumber for a large portion of my adult life. I've labored for bricklayers, I've tried factory work, hung commercial overhead doors, I drove a big truck for a while. I did a hitch in a Marine Corps infantry weapons company. As an 0351, we were dragon gunners at the time, but assault man is the job title, and my secondary MOS was marksmanship instructor. But I spent a large part of that time as a weapons custodian in an armory. My battalion was one of the earlier ones to touch down in Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War, and we spent a fair amount of time along the border outside of Kafji. You might want to look that battle up if you feel like it. I worked nuclear security after 9/11, and about a year and a half of that time, I was on a special operations group with some extremely talented men and women traveling around the country with the sole purpose of breaking into other nuclear plants to test their physical security and identify any potential weaknesses. The training and experience involved with that was hands down some of the most rewarding of my life. Great bunch of folks that I worked with, and I learned so much. About me personally, as I've said before, I'm very reclusive and somewhat socially awkward, and that's a big reason I haven't created much content for the channel yet. I've been apprehensive to sort of put myself out there and invite that interaction that likely comes with it, because I typically have the social skills of a barn cat. I have some health issues related to my time in Saudi that finally had enough of an impact to alter what I can do, when I can do it, and for how long, which has hindered progress on growing my channel. When I do have the energy to do stuff, it's usually spent focusing on one task, and as y'all know, making video content of that one thing adds 5 more to it, and that really taxes my attention span. I have several hobbies and work in many crafts that will eventually be touched on in another channel, so it doesn't confuse YouTube's algorithm too much. I think I'm going to focus on this channel at first to get some experience and work out a few bugs, before I have too many irons in the fire, so to speak. And hopefully I'll be able to put out some content soon that is worth watching. It's going to suck at first, and I know. So please forgive me in advance for amateur mistakes that will inevitably be made while I learn video production and all the ins and outs of it. I do appreciate it. And thank you for watching, and y'all behave yourselves until next time.